I will say, you know, and many of you that know me or have heard me talk around the state or various meetings have talked about positive turbulence. You know, if the end result desired is a boiled egg, the water's got to get kind of hot. And I would say that as I look at the hearing last week, the water did get hot, definitely. And I thought that property owners had a very strong showing, and that it heated up the water a little bit. That is telling the legislature that, especially the Revenue Committee, that property taxes are the issue that needs to be, or is the issue that needs to be dealt with first and foremost. Well, I say that there was an epiphany, and that the Revenue Committee is ready to turn its direction or its attention to property taxes. Not yet. You know, Ansley and I have talked about this, and on any given day, the target moves a little bit, but there's 8 members of the Revenue Committee, and you know, we agree that I would say, or that we say that the committee is evenly split 4-4, and it takes 5 votes to bring any bill out of the Revenue Committee, and there's lots of things at play in the Education Committee, which is something that we'll talk about in a future webinar. But there were some positive things that happened. We got some people's attention. There were conversations that took place after the hearing, yet even that evening. And since that time, that indicate that people understand that you know, all of the property owners in the state are dead serious about the priority of the legislature, besides balancing the budget and taking care of the projected revenue shortfall, is to deal with property taxes. And as we move into Senator Breezy's bills, we'll talk about how they're designed to be revenue neutral, and I'll ask Ansley to talk about those as well. But we are making progress, and our voices are starting to be heard, but there's a tremendous amount of work to be done yet. As I heard one person say, I wish I'd have thought of this, but you know, some say, well, all the senators have already heard this. Well, maybe they have, but I heard somebody say, yeah, they may have heard it, but they haven't heard it from everybody. And that's part of the Army of Advocates, the mission that we have to build advocates across the state in every legislative district to be weighing in with their senator, whether they're for or against property tax reform, that we strengthen our champions and we work on convincing our adversaries that they need to refocus their energy on property tax reform rather than income tax reform. So there, as you can see, you probably read through some of this, you know, there are the Omaha World Herald, radio stations, the Lincoln Journal-Star, all of them are starting to take notice and writing opinions about just how over-reliant or over-dependent this state is on property taxes, and that whether it's funding education or other government priorities, we need to reduce that over-reliance on property taxes and expand the tax base so that the priorities we fund are funded by more of the stakeholders across the state. So with that, then I'm going to move on to what's coming up